Welcome back to Headlines Today. There's news coming in now of what the Goa Chief Minister Manohar Parrikar said earlier this weekend, a shocking and bizarre analogy about industrial licenses, and he had to mention the word rape. Here's what he said, listen in.
If I rape, I face only one inspector. If I start small scale industry, there are 26 inspectors. किने करूँगा मैं? सगळं उलयना तो प्रोफेसर म्हाका सांगता आपलें तोंड घट जालें आपूण आनी उलोवंक शकलो ना आनी त्यामुळे आमी इन्वेस्टमेंट पॉलिसी केली. This investment policy will be able to rip off at least half a dozen of these inspectors, if not all 26. More than half probably. I hope it can go up to 12. That itself will give a lot of relief to a small scale person who has to be clerk. हांवें स्वता केला न्ही. झाडू मारण्यापासून स्वतःचे अकाउंट्स बरोबर अकाउंटंट, क्लार्क, टर्नर, मिलर.
Javed Ansari, our National Affairs editor, is on the phone line with us. Javed, why is there such insensitivity about the topic of rape? I mean, once again, you have a chief minister, a very highly educated chief minister, a popular chief minister, deciding to compare the problems businessmen face in opening businesses to problems that women face when reporting rape?
Yeah, it just goes to show the kind of insensitivity that dwells in the kind of insensitivity that politicians have, insensitive attitude that they have towards rape. This is not the monopoly of just one party. Earlier we used to say that these are uneducated, illiterate politicians from the heartland. Now you have one of the most educated Indian chief ministers. He's an IIT alumni. He's talking in an insensitive manner. Perhaps it's time for him to reflect, and I'm sure he's not just doing grave injustice to the issue, but also to the position of chief ministership that he enjoys.
All right, Javed, do stay with us. We want to listen in once again to make sure that, we're getting the complete context of his remarks here. There's not quoting him out of context as they were usual defenses. Here we go.
If I rape, I face only one inspector. If I start small scale industry, there are 26 inspectors. किने करूँगा मैं? सगळं उलयना तो प्रोफेसर म्हाका सांगता आपलें तोंड घट जालें आपूण आनी उलोवंक शकलो ना आनी त्यामुळे आमी इन्वेस्टमेंट पॉलिसी केली. This investment policy will be able to rip off at least half a dozen of these inspectors, if not all 26. More than half probably. I hope it can go up to 12. That itself will give a lot of relief to a small scale person who has to be clerk. हांवें स्वता केला न्ही. झाडू मारण्यापासून स्वतःचे अकाउंट्स बरोबर अकाउंटंट, क्लार्क, टर्नर, मिलर.
Javed, coming back to you on that question, because later Manohar Parrikar was asked about this, and he was quoted by the Business Standard newspaper as saying that his comments were made in a lighter vein. And I think that's really the problem. There is nothing that's funny about rape.
Absolutely, and this kind of flippancy doesn't behove a chief minister, and that to somebody who's looked upon as amongst the best and the brightest amongst India's politicians. I mean, for him to have such a flippant attitude towards an issue as sensitive as rape is a very sad commentary on the way the males, politicians look at this issue. He needs to introspect, and I'm sure when he sits back and reflects, he'll be ashamed of what he has said.
And again, this is a situation that's just ripe for the picking for the opposition, because they've been saying all along that there's the BJP is a party of backward thinkers, and that's the accusation the Congress continues to make. But as you said earlier, this is not really an exclusive domain for rural politicians. Everyone's doing it, unfortunately.
Yes, that's the unfortunate part, that everybody is doing it, while political parties will try and pick holes. That's their job. But the fact of the matter remains that most political parties are guilty to some degree or the other of displaying this kind of insensitivity towards issues like rape. I think politicians would do well to zip it up and to weigh their words when they talk of sensitive issues.
Absolutely, Javed. Many thanks for speaking to us. Of all the crimes that you have to deal with the police with, Manohar Parrikar picks rape to to give that bizarre analogy.